try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place. I wanna be first, work till it hurts. Dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands.
What up, Fin fans? Welcome to the Hard Sports Network. Welcome to another episode of the Fin Posse Podcast. How is everybody doing tonight? Make sure you check out all the shows here at the Hardcore Sports Network. They do everything over here, from wrestling to football to basketball. Absolutely wonderful network that meets all your sporting needs. Make sure you check them out and subscribe to all the channels here at the Hardcore Sports Network. So what up, my Fin fans? What up? Sorry, running a little late. Life overtakes us sometimes. We're getting ever so closer to the NFL draft. I think I mentioned in my last video that I don't feel like this team is too far off. Now, I don't think this team's too far off, and I think if we can hit a home run with this draft and we could do a few other key moves, we could be right up there competing for division titles and an opportunity for a Super Bowl. Now, this team hasn't been to the Super Bowl in forever. Early 80s. The early 80s. Think about that. We're 25 years into the 2000s. We haven't been to the Super Bowl since the early 1980s. So we're talking 17 years before the 2000s even hit, then another 25. What's that, 42 years since we've been to the Super Bowl? 42 years. Now, if I was Stephen Ross, what I would do, if I was Stephen Ross, I would absolutely say, screw the future of this team. I want a winner. I want a winner before I die. Stephen Ross is getting no younger. I would do everything in my ability to go out and get myself a championship this year. And that's what I want this mock draft to focus on. We're going to do some things that the Miami Dolphins aren't going to do in real life. We're going to make some trades that the Miami Dolphins wouldn't do in real life. But they should. They should. After 42 years of not winning an NFL championship, not even really sniffing it, we haven't been close in 35 years. Not even close in 35 years. Why not? Why not? So what if you only win one, then you got to tear the team down? At least you get one. Or at least you come close to getting one. So what we're gonna do in this mock draft is we're gonna make some trades. We're gonna trade our asses off. We're gonna do what we got to do to put the very best team possible on the field this year and give us a chance to win a Super Bowl. That's what we're gonna do. And I don't need to hear the say, oh, listen, Big C, that's not realistic. Blah blah blah, blah. Listen, anything is possible when the salary cap's not a real thing. We're at 21 million in cap space right now. If we renegotiate Tua, whether you think it's a smart move or a done move, again, this mock draft that we're about to do is absolutely 100% not real. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I repeat, this is not what I think's gonna happen. This is just pretender to contender, what the Miami Dolphins should do to give us a legitimate shot at a Super Bowl title. So right now, the key weaknesses on this team are offensive line. We went out and we grabbed James Daniels from the Pittsburgh Steelers at a guard position. If Armstead's back, we're good at left tackle. Brewer played pretty good for us at the center position last year. Austin Jackson, he's decent at the right tackle position. He got hurt last year. That really hurt us. But you brought in James Daniels, who if healthy is one of the better guards in the league. But that still leaves one gaping hole at the left guard spot. A gaping hole. It affected our whole offense last year. We weren't able to throw the ball. We weren't able to run the ball. We just struggled in every aspect because of the offensive line. Teams were able to drop safeties too deep on us. So that eliminated the deep pass. Because teams could put pressure on us rushing 4, they were dropping extra guys in coverage. Because the defense was getting pressure with only 4, they were bumping our smaller receivers at the line and throwing off the timing. Everything was a disaster because of the offensive line. Our whole offense was a disaster, the offensive line. And then, of course, Tua was hurt. Tua missed 6 games. So we're gonna have to address the offensive line in this draft. And then on the defensive side of the ball, we got a gaping hole at defensive tackle. We don't know if Calais is going to come back. I think Calais would like to come back, but he wants to play for a contender. We're going to give Calais a reason to come back in this mock draft. So with this mock draft, this is under the assumption Calais Campbell comes back too. He had a great year for us. I know he's getting old, oldest defensive player in the league, but he played fantastic while he was in the game last year. If we can bring Calais back, that's a win-win for this team. We were a top 10 defense last year, and that's missing our 2 top pass rushers, Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips. Both were out with devastating knee injuries. The only weaknesses on this defense last year were turnovers, which is huge for a defense. Turnovers and sacks. But other than that, we were a top 10 defense. Numbers-wise, we were a top 10 defense. So we get Bradley Chubb back this year. We get Jalen Phillips back and Chop Robinson with a year of experience under his belt. We should be able to get pressure on the quarterback. If that's already an upgrade over last year's top 10 defense. That's already an upgrade. But again, we need help on the defensive at the defensive tackle position. So we need to address that in the draft. So right now we got to address left guard, defensive tackle. We lost Javon Howell in the free agency, and we had Jordan Poyer back there last year. Both of those were both trash last year. Both trash. We brought in a couple guys as fillers. Ashton Davis from the Jets, Afitu Menafalo from the Detroit Lions. Listen, those guys are all right, but they're not what I'd like to see as starting safeties on this team. Good depth. But do I want to see them starting? I'd rather not. So we need at least one safety. We need at least one safety in this draft. And then we release Fuller, the corner that plays opposite from Jalen Ramsey. So we need another corner. We need another starting corner. So we need a left guard. Keep track with me. We need a left guard, a defensive tackle, a corner, and a safety. That's 4 players we need. And if we can plug them 4 holes, we should be good. We should be golden. Again, if we get another left guard that can be a Pro Bowl talent, we had last time we had a decent offensive line, we had the number 1 offense in all of football. We scored 70 points on the Denver Broncos. 70. Number 1 offense in all of football. They were comparing our offense to some of the greatest offenses of all time. They're comparing the Miami Dolphins to the greatest show on turf. You remember them St. Louis Rams teams? Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Marshall Faulk. We were in rarefied air. And I think if we can get that offensive line back up to a top 10, top 12 unit in the league, which I think with the addition of Daniels, you got Armstead. Brewer played fantastic for us last year. Like I said, Austin Jackson's pretty good. You know, we just addressed that left guard position. We got a top 10, top 12 offensive line. You can say what you want about Tua Tagovailoa. When Tua is healthy, Tua is a top 10, top 12 quarterback in this league. He's been in the MVP talks. His numbers speak for themselves when healthy. He's more than capable of leading this team to success. Tyreek had a bad year last year. He was dealing with a wrist injury all year. Waddle dealt with some injuries. But, I mean, when your starting quarterback missed 6 games and your backup quarterback isn't very good, you know, it is what it is. Happy Sunday to you, brother. How you doing? But yeah, so again, try to keep track with me. We need left guard, defensive tackle, cornerback, and at least one safety. And again, this is not what's going to happen. And some of the moves I'm going to make, you're going to say, we don't have the cap space for. We could create the cap space for it if we truly wanted to do it. I don't know why Chris Greer or Mike McDaniel wouldn't want to do it. Chris Greer wouldn't want to do it. Stephen Ross, mostly. Why wouldn't Stephen Ross want to do this? What are you, 80-some years old? You don't have much longer on this earth. Why wouldn't you just want to go out with a bang, do everything you can to bring a championship to South Florida? They'd build statues of you. You'd be ever remembered. Listen, follow this game plan, and the Miami Dolphins can be a contender. So let's get into it. Oh, sometimes this takes a second. Oh, come on. Should be driving me crazy. Let's go. Come on. Oh my gosh. Can't even get it off the page. Sorry. Stupid thing be dumb as hell sometimes. All right, here we go. Simulator. I swear, these shits be just freezing sometimes. It drives me absolutely nuts. Like, we'll just get stuck out of nowhere. All right. All right. Again, bear with me, folks. I'm sorry. All right, let's see. Let's share the screen for your tomorrow. All right. All right, start draft. Travis Hunter, Cam Moore, Carter, Banks, Sanders, Campbell, Pete Stewart, Membu, Simmons, Gentry. So the Panthers want to offer us a second rounder, a first, a second, a third. Vikings, the 24th, the first, and their sixth, and Dalton Reisner. Dalton Reisner could be a starting guard for us, folks. I'm going to accept this trade. I'm going to trade back to the 24th pick in the draft. Now, a lot of people will say, why don't you take Will Johnson? You know, that is very tempting there. You know, maybe I should have. If this was the real life draft, I probably would have. I probably would have taken Will Johnson there. So the Broncos want to offer us. I'm not doing this. This doesn't give us no trade this year. No. We're rejecting both these, but I am going to try to make a trade. Because there's a lot of top talent at the top of this draft that I don't want to miss out on. I don't want just one pick. I don't want just one. I want to grab two. Okay, of course. Damn it. Give me a mouse. All right, so that extra second or extra first round we had last year, I'm going to try to use that. I'm going to try to trade back up. I'm going to try to trade back into the first round with the first round pick we gained. No, you son of a bitch. All these pop-ups, dude. Jesus. Come on, Ravens. Accept. Yes. All right. So now we gained an extra first rounder from the Vikings, trading back to the 24th pick. We traded that extra first rounder next year for an extra first rounder this year. Plus, we got Reisner out of it. We got Dalton Reisner, who's an RA guard. Now, the Chiefs are trying to trade us their first next year and Trey Smith. That gives us one of the top guards in the league and a draft pick next year. Oh, man. That's tempting. These Broncos, no. Dallas, no. Colts, 2, 3, 4. A 3 and a 4 next year. No. I'm going to accept this trade too. So I'm trading my 24th pick for the first round pick next year and Trey Smith. Accept. But I'm not done yet, folks. Dallas wants to give us 2. No. Reject all those. Make a trade. I want to get back into this. First round again. Now, if we can get back into this first round, what do we lose? 4 or 5 draft positions, and we picked up one of the top offensive guards in all of football. I mean, you would think that would be a decent trade for us if we can get someone to bite. So let's see. Who are we looking for? Who's the Commanders got? The 29th pick? Let's try them for trade. All right. We're back into the second round. So we traded from the 24th pick to the 29th pick, got Trey Smith. So we moved down 5 spots for Trey Smith, folks. That is a win. Next offer. No. Reject all. Let's see here. And then I want to make one more trade. Let's make one more trade. Select team. I don't know. I gotta add something over here first. Let's take our second round pick, number 48. I told you, folks, this is not likely to happen, but man, I'm trying to move and shake. I'm trying to make things happen. I'm trying to get us in a prime position to go out and win a Super Bowl. So I'm going to take my second rounder next year. Screw next year. Screw every other year. I don't care about any of that in this mock draft. And that's not how I feel in real life, folks. It's not how I feel in real life. It's how I feel right now for this mock draft. That's just how I feel for this mock, just this one. I'm doing anything and everything I can possibly do to make the Miami Dolphins contenders this year. Boom. All right. All right. No. No, thank you. And I think I will take this one. Boom. Next over. Next offer. Next offer. All right, let's get the Let's get the drafting. Let's get the drafting. Offensive line. We got Tyler Booker available, but he is not a scheme fit. Not to mention, we don't need offensive guard now. We got Dalton Reisner from the Minnesota Vikings, and we also got Trey Smith from the Kansas City Chiefs. Those are two guards that are good enough to start. We only need one of them to start. One can be a backup. Dalton Reisner obviously be the backup. So we're good at guard. We're good at the guard position. We do not need to address that early in this draft. So what's that leave us with? Defensive tackle, corner, safety as our major needs. Defensive lineman, we got Kenneth Grant, Tyleek Williams, TJ Sanders, Landon Jackson available. Safeties, we got Nick Emawari, we got Malachi Starks, both on the board. Cornerbacks, we got Siobhan Revel, Benjamin Morrison. Xavier Watts, safety, Trey Amos, corner. Folks, I'm going Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan. This guy is an absolute monster, an absolute freak. At 360 pounds, he ran the 40 in under 5 flat. At 360 pounds, this guy is a monster. He just takes up space. Powerful, athletic player. This is huge. Right there, we've addressed the trenches of the Miami Dolphins. Something that this coaching staff has yet not been able to do. This general managing staff has yet to do. This is following the Philadelphia Eagles blueprint of how to win a Super Bowl. This is what you got to do. We're not taking this. Nope. No, thank you, Denver. Sorry, we need these picks. Reject all. We're back on the clock. Here we come. We're going to take Nick Emawari, safety, South Carolina. There goes the safety position that we were slacking and lacking on. There goes that safety position. Now we need a corner. We could use another safety. I'm going to double dip, folks. Since people are torn about Nick Emawari and Malachi Starks, I'm taking both. They're different players. Nick Emawari is more of your legit strong safety, where Malachi Starks is more of that free safety. We're going to double dip. Boom. Drafting. Bam. Bam. We got the two best safeties in the league, or in the draft. Folks, we have added Trey Smith, one of the top 3 guards in the whole draft, in the whole league, in the whole NFL. We've added Kenneth Grant to a top 10 defense. We've added Nick Emawari to a top 10 defense. We added Malachi Starks to a top 10 defense last year. This was a top 10 defense last year. Walker went off the board. That kind of hurts my heart there a little bit. And we're about to be on the board again. No. Now again, you got Trey Smith, who signed like a $20-some million tag with the Kansas City Chiefs. That's exactly how much we're under the cap right now. So that takes care of that. So we can open up $19.5 million with Tua's deal. And then you could give Zach Sealer a contract extension that will open up $7 million. Jordan Brooks can get a contract. They could turn his contract into a signing bonus. That's another $6-7 million. So we could add another $33-34 million at least, at very least. Reject all. And let's see who's available for us. Now we need a corner still. Who we go? Let's see if Parrish is still available. Jacob Parrish, cornerback, Kansas State. If you don't know about him, learn about him. This guy is absolutely fantastic. Jacob Parrish, corner, Kansas State. Boom. So we just addressed the corner position, but I don't necessarily feel comfortable as him as our starting corner. Reject all. What other positions could we use? We could use a short a running back that could pick up the guaranteed 2 to 3 yards on 3rd and 4th downs. We still need I still say we need a starting corner. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna make a trade. And this is gonna be a blockbuster, folks. This is going to be a blockbuster video. Taking this first round of next year. And again, I don't give a shit about next year in this draft. We'll do another draft. We'll do another draft before it's all said and done. But in this one, I don't care about it. I don't care about it. This is strictly about getting the Miami Dolphins to the Super Bowl. We're going to go over here to the Denver Broncos. Go to the Denver Broncos. We're going to scroll down. Oh, too far. Patrick Surtain II. His daddy played here for us. Defensive player of the year this year. Lockdown, shutdown corner, PS2. Lockdown, shutdown corner, PS2. listen, we've addressed all our areas of need. Let's offer this trade up. Accepted. PS2, Miami Dolphin. Come on now. Come on, man. Come on. Killing it. We're going to go pick up Cam Scadaboo, running back, Arizona State. Come on now. Tell me this wouldn't make the Miami Dolphins contenders. Tell me it wouldn't. We've added Kenneth Grant, defensive line problems taken care of. Nick Emawari, Malachi Starks. There goes your safety positions taken care of. Jacob Parrish. We started to address the corner position. And who? We're going to take a quarterback, Cal McCord. Quarterback out of Syracuse. Back on the clock. Back on the clock. I really like Willie Lampkin. I feel like he is a second round talent. He's just a little undersized on the offensive line. If you don't know about JJ Pegas, defensive tackle out of Ole Miss, check him out. That's another weapon to go along with Kenneth Grant down there. Listen, we had a top 10 defense stats wise last year. Top 10. We've added Kenneth Grant, Nick Emawari, Malachi Starks, Jacob Parrish, JJ Pegas, and Patrick Surtain. Not to mention we got Bradley Chubb and we got Bradley Chubb and we got Jalen Phillips back. We could use an extra tight end. We're going to take Aronde Gadsden Jr. Well, the second. All right, just to recap again, we've added Kenneth Grant, Nick Emawari, Malachi Starks, Jacob Parrish, Cam Scadaboo, Kyle McCord, Pat Surtain, folks. That draft would absolutely, and I didn't finish the 7th round. You can put whatever pieces you want there. That draft, along with those trades, and yeah, that was a lot of trades. It was. But tell me that team isn't a Super Bowl contender if Tua Tagovailoa can stay healthy. Tell me it's not a Super Bowl contender. That team would absolutely be a Super Bowl contender. They would be damn near dominant, in my opinion. That team would be damn near dominant. A top 10 defense, and you're telling me you add Malachi Starks, Nick Emawari, Kenneth Grant, JJ Pegas, PS2, Jacob Parrish. Man, that defense would be crazy. And then again, you're adding 2 of the top guards in all of football to the offensive line, the main area of weakness for the Miami Dolphins. That is going to open up so many lanes for Devon Achane, which is going to open up the passing lanes for Tua Tagovailoa. Them safeties are going to have to creep up to help stop the run, which is going to open up the deep passing game for the Miami Dolphins again. This team would be a problem. And I know people say that we can't win in cold weather. We can't win against good teams. The only reason we can't win against good teams and we can't win in cold weather is because how do you win against good teams? How do you win in cold weather? You run the damn football. You got to stop the run. We've been weak in the trenches. This draft changes all of that. We're no longer a weak team. We're a strong team in the trenches. We can dominate in the trenches. This team would be able to beat the good teams. We'd be able to win in cold weather. These Miami Dolphins would be absolutely a nightmare for anybody. And I think they would walk away with the AFC East championship. And along with, they'd win multiple playoff games. But yeah, I mean, this draft wasn't realistic. It's never going to happen, not in a million years. We'll do another mock draft later this week, and it'll be more realistic, and we'll go from there. But if I'm Stephen Ross, I'm trying to copy this draft right here. He's too old. Make it happen. Captain. Go get yourself a Super Bowl. All right, folks. Thanks for stopping in. Make sure you check out the Hardcore Sports Network. Listen, they got everything you need on this channel, from pro wrestling to football to basketball. Anything you're looking for, it's right here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back later this week. You know what it is. Phins up. And I appreciate and love y'all. All right. Peace.